Greetings and love. Welcome, Helen. Good to see you. Tim, and who the hell is there? Blessings. Tonight we're doing a very deep meditative restorative yoga. There's only about 4 poses, but we hold them, and it's more concentrating on deep relaxation, working with the third eye, our third eye chakra, located in the center of our forehead. And this is our chakra of awakening, enlightenment, consciousness, seeing the truth, spirituality. And it's linked with the pineal gland. We're going to be working with the pineal gland, which is like a pine cone shaped endocrine gland located in the center of the brain. And it specifically works with our melatonin in the body, our cycle of light and dark, day and night. So it can help with our sleep patterns if you're struggling with sleep. And it also helps to balance the body temperature, and it is linked to spiritual awakening. So let's begin. We're going to begin with some grounding, Ujjayi breath, and some breath work, and then we'll move into the poses. The poses are specifically focused for the third eye chakra, which is indigo, purple colour, mixture of blue, indigo, purpley. And we're going to be starting off with, when we ground in, we're going to be doing Shin Mudra, hand gesture. So that's the first finger and thumb, and the other 3 fingers together with palms up on our knees. As we also will be chanting Om, which is the mantra, a mantra that goes with the third eye chakra awakening. So let's begin. So find yourself a nice seat. Make sure you've got blankets, cushions, block. I'm going to ring the bell. I've got my bluey, purpley leggings on tonight, so I'll just move the camera down. Okay, that's it. Let's begin. So finding a seat, either sitting on a chair with both legs on the both feet on the floor, spine straight, or sitting on the top and pushing forward on your buttocks on the block, the yoga block, so that the knees are slightly lower than the hips to keep the spine elevated. I'm going to ring the bell, and that is our sign to be present here and now. So Chin Mudra, making a circle with your first finger and thumb, the other 3 fingers are together, palms up, to receive the energies of the universe as we ground and connect to nature, the tree of life, with our root chakra. So just inhale, just deep breathing now, in the nose, and we're going to exhale through the mouth for 3 deep breaths. So inhale, taking a deep breath in the nose, and as you do, lengthen the crown of the head up towards the sky. Lengthening the spine, lengthening the back of the neck, and just exhale through the mouth, a deep, long exhale. Relaxing the shoulders. Inhale, deep, long inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. One last deep breath. Inhale through the nose as far as you can. And exhale through the mouth. Deeply relaxing the arms and the hands. Relaxing the buttocks. Relaxing the legs. Here we go. So being aware of your feet and your legs in contact with the earth. As we inhale now to our root chakra at the base of the spine, imagine the roots growing down into the tree of life, the tree of knowledge and understanding. So big breath in through the nose, as far as you can. This time exhale through the nose. Inhale now into your heart center. Let the chest expand as you breathe in love and exhale love. Now focusing on the third eye in between the eyebrows. Breathing in to the third eye. And exhale through the third eye. Relaxing the face, relaxing the jaw. Being aware of the space around you. The touch of your legs and buttocks on the earth. Temperature of the air around you. Being aware of your breath flowing in and out. As you inhale, the belly and the chest rises. And as you exhale, the belly and the chest falls back down. Being aware of your breath, the sensations of the breath, the sounds around you, the sounds of the music, the sounds of your breath, and any perceivable sounds in the distance. Just allow whatever is there to be there as it is, right here, right now. Now we're grounded, we're going to start with some breath work. So we're going to practice the Ujjayi breath. We inhale, making the sound of the ocean with the constraint in the throat. Like inhale, and you can hear the... And we exhale from the abdomen. So we're going to do deep breaths to really quiet the mind, start to activate that pineal gland in the center of the brain. But this time, instead of breathing into the heart, we're going to take deep breaths into our third eye in the center of our forehead between the eyebrows. And the color here is indigo purpley, bluey indigo purpley. So focus on that color as we inhale into the third eye and exhale from abdomen. So we're doing deep Ujjayi breaths now, the sound of the ocean. If you can do it through the nose, breathing through the throat to make that sound of the ocean as though you're steaming up a mirror. So inhale into the third eye, as far as you can. Pause. Exhale from the abdomen. Pause. Inhale into the third eye, Ujjayi. Pause. Exhale, Ujjayi breath from the abdomen. Again, inhale into the third eye. Exhale from the abdomen. Lovely. This time we're going to inhale into the third eye, and as we Ujjayi breath, and as we exhale, we're going to say the mantra Om, Om, A-U-M or O-M, Om. That's universal sound, and that is spiritual awakening mantra. So taking a deep Ujjayi breath into the third eye, as far as you can, we pause, and then we Om out. Okay? Deep Ujjayi breath into the third eye chakra. Pause. And Om. We exhale. Do that again. Deep Ujjayi breath into the third eye. Pause. And exhale. Om. Pause. Try to, as though when you're Oming, when you do the Om out, imagine seeing vibrating in the third eye. One last one. Inhale into the third eye. As far as you can, Ujjayi breath. Pause. And Om. And pause. Just return to your natural deep breathing now, in and out of the nose, being aware of the effect of the Om, the vibrational frequency of the Om on the exhale. And just being aware now of your mind. It may feel a little bit lighter, and that vibration is still frequencing through the body. Now we're just we'll do some more of that at the end of the class. Now we're just going to do some third alternate nostril breathing, okay, before we warm up very gently and move into our sadhanas for this evening. It's a very restorative, meditative class. So we take the thumb and we're going to close our left nostril. The first two fingers are curled down into the wrist, into the palm of the hand, and the little finger and the pinky finger, the pinky finger and the ring finger is just straight together. So we close our right nostril as we inhale through the left, then we close our left with the ring finger, the pinky finger, and exhale through the right. And this is really good at activating the pineal gland, third eye too. So inhale as far as you can, close the right nostril with your thumb, Inhale into the left nostril as far as you can. Close the left nostril and exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Close the right nostril, exhale from the left nostril. You might feel one of them is more blocked than the other. Inhale into the left nostril. Exhale from the right nostril. Inhale into the right nostril. Close it with the thumb and exhale from the left. Inhale into the left. Close it, exhale from the right. Inhale into the right. Release the hands and exhale. Well done. So the focus of the class tonight is like a nervous system reset as well as we work with the pineal gland. It's a deep rest, working with our Ajna chakra, the third eye. And the affirmation, the mantra, I breathe in stillness. So it's a restorative practice where we're just going to be still in stillness, but also activating and working with our third eye chakra. So we're just going to do a nice warm up now. I surrender into trust. Okay. We're just going to do gentle ujjayi now, ujjayi breaths, making that noise, come straight in the throat. Inhale into the nose. Exhale, taking your right ear to your right shoulder. Feel, as you exhale, feeling that stretch on the left side. Inhale, ujjayi, back to center. Exhale from the abdomen and take the left ear to the left shoulder, stretching the right side. We can hold a lot of tension in our neck. Inhale, back to center. As tonight for Ujjayi, we inhaling into our third eye and exhaling from the abdomen. Instead of the heart to inhale, we're inhaling into the third eye. So inhale into your third eye, Ujjayi breath. Exhale, taking the right ear to the right shoulder, then bringing it down and around nice and slow till the left ear gets to the left shoulder. And then inhale, bringing the head around the back to the right ear, touching the right shoulder. We're going to go the other way. Inhale into the third eye, bringing the neck around the back to the left, and exhale down and round. Inhale back up to center. Well done. Inhale, gentle inhale into the third eye, ujjayi breath, as we lift up our arms and bring our palms together in the air. Nice and slow. Exhale from abdomen, ujjayi, leaning over to the right, feeling that stretch on the left side. Inhale into the third eye, ujjayi breath, back up to center. Exhale over to the left, so we're stretching that right side. If it want to put one hand on the mat, that's okay, you can do that. And inhale back up to center. Exhale, bringing the palms down to the heart center. Inhale into the third eye, gentle ujjayi. Exhale, taking your left hand onto your right knee, your right arm back behind your buttocks and twist over, looking over your right shoulder. Do a deep breath here. Inhale into the third eye, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale from the abdomen, right hand on the left knee, left hand behind your buttocks and twist. Inhale in the third eye, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale back to center. Well done. We can remove our block now if you need to shake your legs out. It's a deeply restorative practice today. So we're just going to move onto our hands and knees as we warm up the spine. Inhale, bringing the belly button towards the mat, looking up, lifting up the third eye, lifting up the chest. Exhale from the abdomen, rounding the spine, chin to chest, looking between the legs. The hands are underneath the shoulders. Inhale into the third eye, ujjayi. Bringing the belly button to the floor, lifting up the head, lifting up the third eye, lifting up the chest. Exhale from the abdomen, ujjayi, as we round the spine, chin to chest, looking between the legs. Inhale into the third eye, ujjayi. Belly button towards the floor, lift up the third eye, lift up the heart. Exhale from the abdomen, chin to chest, looking between the legs. One more. Inhale into the third eye. Exhale from the abdomen, arching the spine. Chin to chest. Well done. Now we're going to do supported child's pose from here. So this is where you need your cushion or your blanket, rolled up blanket or a bolster. And we're just going to put that on top of our back legs. Okay, so a big cushion or a blanket or a bolster, so that when we go back, we're kind of going to rest our buttocks on it, bringing the knees wide. Okay, bringing your palms out, arms straight, kind of lifting up on your fingertips, and then we're going to sit back, putting the forehead on the mat, and we're going to lean back onto the cushion. Okay, and then we can put our palms down on the mat. So let's move into that, and we're going to hold this, and the forehead is on the mat, so we're gently activating the third eye. Okay, I breathe in stillness. So bringing your fingertips out onto the fingertips, the arms are straight. Coming down, bringing your forehead onto the mat, our third eye. Then placing your palms down, keeping the arms straight. Now if that's too much, you can always bring your arms either side, but that puts quite a lot of pressure on your third eye. Resting the buttocks down onto the cushion, onto the bolster or blanket, whatever you've got. Our third eye is on the mat. Now we're going to hold this. So gentle ujjayi into the third eye. Imagine that beautiful blue, purpley, indigo colour. .
Exhaling from the abdomen as we gently release further down onto the cushion or the blanket. Now this is also a yang pose, but we don't hold it as long, and it's also a yin pose. And restorative yoga and yin yoga are very similar. So while we're doing this, we're also working our meridian lines, the kidneys, on the inner legs, the inner groin. Inhale into the third eye, gentle ujjayi. Exhaling from the abdomen. Deeply relaxing the face, relaxing the shoulders. Inhale into the third eye, gentle ujjayi. Exhaling from the abdomen, deep, deep breaths. So we're aligning with the light and the dark. The pineal gland is responsible for our melatonin, and it regulates so when it gets dark, that's when we can feel sleepy. So it's regulating our natural rhythmic to the light and dark and sleep cycles. This time, inhale into the third eye, bringing your awareness to your inner arms. So we're working the low meridian lines too. Inhale into the third eye. And we exhaling from our root chakra now. As we ground our root chakra down towards the earth. You might feel that you're able to go deeper. Exhale deeper into the stretch. It's a beautiful pose this. Inhale into the third eye. Exhaling from the abdomen. Three more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Go deeper down into the buttocks if you can. Inhale into the third eye. Feeling that light pressure on the third eye, on the forehead. And one more breath. Deep relaxation. And on the inhale, bring in your palms and the hands next to your head. And inhale with your arms, gently pushing yourself back up. Up onto your knees, and you can probably really feel that stretch on the inner groin. And just bringing your legs out. And we also need this relaxation yoga and the yin, because sometimes we just all go, and we have to just be in stillness and silence. We need the balance, the yin and the yang. So just shaking your legs out. If you want to do windscreen wipers, placing your hands at the back, and then we just move our legs over to the left, over to the right. So the restorative is very similar to the yin. It's just that we use more props to support us in deep relaxation. So the next restorative pose that we're going to do is legs up the wall. And this is one of my favourites. It's a very, very restorative pose. And it calms the nervous system. So taking a flat cushion, just placing your buttocks kind of on the end of the cushion because it helps you to keep your legs. If you want to go next to a wall, you can go next to a wall like this, getting you up as close to the wall as you can, and you can just put your legs up the wall like that, if that's better or easier for you. Because what we're doing here, we're calming the nervous system, but we're also getting the blood flowing back down the legs into the brain where our pineal gland is located. And it's a very restorative pose. And if you think about it, we're normally always sitting up or lying straight. So we need to get the blood flow back down the legs into the heart and the brain. So placing your buttocks just on the end of the cushion and then lying down. Make sure it's just that lower buttocks is on the edge of the mat. Inhale into the third eye, lifting up the legs. Now we're going to hold it here as we deep breathe and meditate. Now you can leave your arms by your side, palms up. Or if you want to work with the low meridians, we can bring our arms overhead and just clasp our arms, and you're going to feel the stretch in the arms, chin to chest. The spine is straight, and we're going to get that blood flowing, still blood flow from the feet, down the legs, into the heart and the third eye, and into the brain, the pineal gland. So we're getting recycling and refreshing the blood flow. So this is also a yin pause. It's a mix, it all mixes over. Inhale into the third eye, gentle ujjayi. Pause and exhale from the abdomen. So just breathing like that. Inhale into the third eye, bringing awareness to your back of the neck, back of the head. Exhale from the abdomen and relax the neck, relax the shoulders, relax in the face. Inhale into the third eye, and we're going to exhale out of the shoulders. Deep breath in. Focusing on the third eye as we breathe in. Exhale into the shoulders, out of the shoulders, deeply relaxing the shoulders. Deep breath now into the third eye, and this time we're going to exhale down the spine, down into the root chakra at the base of the spine, into the earth's energies. Inhale into the third eye. Exhaling from the top of the spine, right the way down the spine, down into the root chakra, grounded and secure. Now breathing into the third eye again. Remember that beautiful indigo, bluey, purpley colour. This time exhale from the heart, down the heart, the ribs and the abdomen. Deeply relax the torso. Inhale into the third eye. Gentle ujjayi. Remember to pause at the end of the inhalation and the end of the exhalation. A slight pause. This time exhale into the hips, the lower belly and the buttocks. Relax and soften. Let the earth take the weight of the body as we deeply relax the body and work with our third eye and the pineal gland. Now, breathing into the third eye on the exhale, we're going to take the breath from the top of the legs up to the top of the feet and the toes on the exhale. Inhale into the third eye. Exhale from the top of the legs down to the toes. I nurture my being. Just deep inhalation into the third eye. Light ujjayi. Exhaling now just from the abdomen. And a lot of the Western world, they find it hard to do this kind of yoga because it's always in that doing mode. And who has the best asana? But this, the yin and the restorative yoga, is a way into our awakening, enlightenment, our true self, consciousness. We need this time. It's like a meditative yoga, and we need this for our spiritual awareness and awakening. Deeply relax in the face, no tension in the body. You might feel the legs starting to shake a little bit. The cushion under the buttocks helps with that, or that's when you might need to put them against the wall. But imagine that blood flowing down from the toes, any blockages down from the legs, down into our hearts, which helps the heart pump better because we're getting the blood flowing down from the toes and into our third eye and our brain. So 3 more deep ujjayi breaths. We're going to inhale into the third eye, pause for a count of 3, exhale from the abdomen, pause for a count of 3. Inhale into the third eye, gentle ujjayi. Pause, count to 3, exhale from the abdomen. And do 2 more breaths. And as you inhale and exhale, imagine that indigo purple flowing as we awaken our third eye. Inhale into the third eye. Pause. Exhale from the abdomen. Deeply relaxing the whole body. Pause. Inhale into the third eye. Exhaling from the abdomen. And you might feel your legs starting to shake now. So we're going to removing the cushion, hugging the knees into the chest, grabbing your arms around chin to chest. And we're going to inhale into the third eye. And on the exhale, we're going to squeeze our knees further up our chest and squeeze the buttocks together. So inhale into the third eye. Exhale, bringing the knees up, squeezing the genitals, squeezing the buttocks together. And this is massaging our internal organs. Inhale into the third eye. Exhale, squeezing the knees up towards the chest. Bring it, squeezing the buttocks together. Last breath. Inhale into the third eye. Exhale, bringing the knees up and squeezing the buttocks together. Inhale into the third eye, Ujjayi. Exhale, releasing the hands, releasing the legs. Well done. Oh, so taking your legs out, just do a nice stretch here, bring your arms up overhead, and if you add your hands overhead, you might feel like a stretch in the arm. Taking a moment now to just notice how the head is feeling, the mind. There might be feeling a lightness compared to before when we started the class. My head feels lighter. So with your arms just rolling over now onto the left side and pushing yourself up. Okay, so with this one, we're now going to do seated forward bend. So sitting up on top of your sitting bones. And you might want to use the block here or a cushion, because what we're going to do when we roll down, we're going to rest our forehead on the block. Or I must get a new bolster. You can bring your bolster here like this, cushion, roll it around, and you can just lean over like that if you have any problems with your spine. I like to use the block so that you're resting your forehead, your third eye on the block to help stimulate the third eye. So we're sitting up, taking a deep breath in, Ujjayi. Exhale, gently roll. Let the spine gently curve as you gently come down. Just come down as far as you can. And resting forehead on the block like this. And we're just going to hold this pose now. It's the same in yang, but with yang we're more dynamic, more active. So finding your position now. Inhale into the third eye. Exhale deeply, relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. No tension in the shoulders, no tension in the arms. Gentle Ujjayi into the third eye, between the forehead, between the eyebrows. Beautiful indigo purple. Imagine spinning around, and we exhale Ujjayi from the abdomen. Remembering to pause at the end of the inhale and the end of the exhale. Inhale into the third eye. Exhale from the abdomen, deeply relaxing the shoulders. No tension in the arms. Hands relaxed. Inhale. On the exhale, deeply relaxing the spine. The spine is curved. If it's too much on the spine, use a bolster and keep the spine upright. Inhale Ujjayi into the third eye, beautiful indigo color. Exhale, deeply relaxing the belly, the lower spine, the buttocks. Listening to the beautiful flute. Inhale into the third eye. Exhale, deeply relaxing the legs and the feet. And you might find, as we sit here, that you're able to deepen the stretch. If so, you can adjust your block if you want to go any further down, or just stay where you are. Inhale into the third eye, and as we do, imagine lengthening the spine. And on the exhale, we deeply relax down into the pause. This is seated forward or caterpillar. Inhale. Being aware of the sound of the breath. Being aware of your body. Maybe you might feel some niggles somewhere in the spine. If there's any pain, come out of it. Or just straighten the spine and don't go as deep. We're also working our urinary gland meridian lines here that come up the back, and the back of the leg, the back of the head, down to the third eye. 3 more breaths. Inhale into the third eye and pause. Exhale from the abdomen. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. One more. Exhale. Very gently as you inhale, with your hands coming up nice and slowly, one vertebra at a time. We don't put any strain on our spine. Now we're going to move into our last pause before Shavasana and meditation. And this is supported fish pose, okay, because we're working with our third eye. So for this, you can get your blocks or a cushion or a bolster, and we're placing it on our lower spine here, okay? Put the 2 blocks together, and we're going to basically lie over the blocks with our arms out at the side. Now, if that's uncomfortable, get your cushion, your rolled up blanket, your rolled up cushion, your bolster, curl it around, place it by your buttocks, and then we're going to just lie over it, placing our arms out at the side or by your side, whatever is better for you. Remember, we're working the inner meridian lines. If we place our arms out, chin to chest. Now there will be a slight curve of the spine, back bending. And what we're going to do is we're going to go onto the top of our crown, our head, if you can, okay? If you can't, just leave your face looking up at the ceiling, change your chest. But if you can, bring in your crown of your head onto the mat like that, so that we're stimulating the pineal gland and the third eye. As the fish pose in yin, we have our arms under and we are like this. So, but this very gently, this is a gentle one. Inhale into the top of the head, gentle ujjayi. Exhaling from the third eye this time. If it gets too much, you feel a bit dizzy, then bring your back of the head back onto the mat. Inhale into the top of the head, exhaling from the third eye. Exhaling from the third eye. Imagine the indigo swirling about. This time, inhale into the third eye. Exhale, deeply relaxing the shoulders, the arms and the hands. Pause at the end of the inhale and exhale. Inhale into the third eye. Exhaling, deeply relaxing the chest, the arms, the shoulders. And if you want to here, you can bring your feet together into bound ankle pose, or just leave your legs straight in the supported fish pose. Inhale into the third eye. Pause. Exhale into the lower spine, the lower belly, and deeply relax it down into the earth. Inhale into the third eye. Deeply breathing down into the buttocks and the legs and the feet. Deeply relaxed. The body is relaxed. The mind is relaxed. And when the mind is quiet, we have more. It induces our senses and our third eye for awakening. This is our true self. Stillness. Deep inner stillness. Listen to your breath, watching the belly and the heart rise on the inhale, fall on the exhale. Deeply listening, deeply present, allowing what comes and goes just to be as it is. If the mind comes in and you've lost the present moment, the mind's taking you into the past or the future, just gently bring it back into the third eye, into the breath, and just let that thought go. The time is now, the present moment is all we ever have. 2 more deep breaths. Inhale into the third eye. Gentle ujjayi. Exhaling from the abdomen. 1 more breath. Pause and exhale. Well done. So bringing your head, face looking up to the ceiling. Removing the cushion, bolster, blanket, and we're moving it into our Shavasana and meditation. So it is a very, very restorative class tonight. And it's kind of like the inner stillness that we feel when our third eye is awakened, our consciousness. So we're working with the pineal gland in the center of the brain. So imagine beautiful shining stars sparkling in our brain and around our third eye. So taking your feet to each edge of the mat. It's a very relaxed class tonight. Gently lower yourself. Affirmation: I see clearly. I am light. Gently coming down. The spine is straight, palms by the side, chin to chest. Letting go of ujjayi now. Space between the arms and the body. Space between the feet and the legs. The neck is long. Chin is to the chest. Palms are up, fingers gently curled. And we're just going to do deep breaths in and out of the nose. Inhale, lengthening the spine, lengthening the back of the neck. On the exhale, deeply sink down into the mat. Now the colour is a deep blue indigo. So you could imagine that you are on a beautiful island with the turquoise water. Taking a breath into your toes, breathing into each toe, from the big toe down to the little toe. On the exhale, deeply relaxing the toes. Making sure the shoulders are down and away from the ears. Now breathing into the soles of the feet and the tops of the feet. On the exhale, deeply relaxing the heels, the soles, and tops of the feet. Let them just flop away from each other. Now taking a breath into the ankles, all around the ankles. On the exhale, deeply relaxing both feet into beingness. Taking your breath awareness now into the lower legs, the shins, the calves, up into the knees, up into the upper legs. On the exhale, let go. Let the legs be supported by the earth's energies into beingness. Now, taking a deep breath into our abdomen And letting our abdomen expand as far as you can. Let the belly come up as far as you can. Inhale. Exhale. Let the buttocks and the hips sink down into the turquoise water. Indigo, beautiful blue, purpley water. Inhale now into the lower spinal root chakra. Imagine that you're bobbing with the water. Inhale into the lower spine, the middle of the spine and the upper spine. Lengthening the back of the neck. On the exhale, go down each vertebra of the spine to the root. And let the water take your weight. And breathe it into our heart center. Exhale, I am love. I nurture myself. I give myself self-love. I'm taking the breath into the palms of the hands, fingers gently curl, the back of the hand, the wrists. On the exhale, deeply relaxing the hands. Now taking the breath into the lower arms, up into the upper arms. And on the exhale, just let the arms deeply relax. Taking a deep breath now into the shoulders. On the exhale, let the shoulders sink down into the water. Taking the breath into the back of the neck, the sides of the neck, the throat area, our throat chakra, which will work in the next live class. Exhale, deeply relaxing the neck and the throat. Breathing into the back of the head and the top of the head. Into our pineal gland in the center of the brain. And exhale from the third eye chakra. Center of the forehead. Breathing into the third eye between the eyebrows. Beautiful indigo blue like the water we're floating on. And exhale, deeply relaxed. I awaken to my true self. I am light. I am aware. I nurture my being into enlightenment. Another deep breath into the third eye. On the exhale, deeply relaxing the face, the jaw, the lips, the teeth, the tongue, the ears, the cheeks, the nose, eyebrows, the eyelashes, the eyelids. And now we take a deep breath in, deep behind the eyes, into the brain, as far as you can. Exhale, mind floating on the breath leading the mind to the heart. Just imagine as you breathe in and out now, your body is just the water. It's taking the weight of your body to drift away into peaceful being, and hopefully a peaceful sleep tonight. And when you're ready, just bring a movement into your fingers and your toes. You may want to move your head over to the right and the left. You might want to stretch. Yawn. Roll over onto the right side, resting your hand in your right arm. Taking a couple of breaths here. Pushing yourself up with your hands and your arms. As we finish off this pranayama breath meditation. So it was a very gentle class tonight, and I know I'm feeling it. So just lengthen in your spine, either sitting on your chair, sitting on your block. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the back of the neck, relax the shoulders, relax the face. We're going to do some deep ujjayi breath, counting, holding, exhaling, some more Om, and then we'll finish the class. I just want you to be aware now of how you're feeling compared to before we started the class. Feel the energy in the body, feel a lightness in the brain, feeling a light sensation in the third eye area. This is our true self. No stress, not stressing about tomorrow, not stressing about the past. It's gone. A peaceful, quiet mind, here and now. Present moment awareness, mindfulness, awakening. So we're just going to do some deep ujjayi, but we're going to breathe into the third eye. We inhale, counting to 5. We exhale for 5, pulling in the belly. Then we inhale for 5, but we exhale for 6. Inhale for 5, exhale for 7, and then we'll come back down. Lengthen the spine, shoulders down, chin lightly tucked, the face is relaxed. Inhale into the third eye. Imagine that beautiful blue indigo color. Ujjayi. Pause. Exhale from the abdomen, counting to 5. Pause. Inhale into the third eye, counting to 5. Exhale, counting to 6 from the abdomen. Inhale, counting to 5 into the third eye. Exhale, counting to 7 from the abdomen. Pause. Inhale, counting to 5 into the third eye. Exhale, counting to 7 from the abdomen. Ujjayi. Inhale into the third eye, counting to 5. Exhale from the abdomen, counting to 6. Inhale into the third eye, counting to 5. Exhaling from the abdomen, counting to 5. Inhale into the third eye, counting to 4. Exhale from the abdomen, counting to 4. And then gently let go. Just sitting here in awareness, noticing the energy in the body and the change of energy compared to before we started the class tonight. It's a very gentle, restorative, meditative practice tonight. I'm definitely feeling it. And there's a lightness in my head. On the third eye, I can feel a light sensation there. Here's my cat, come to say hello. Beautiful, beautiful creatures, beautiful animals. So we're just going to Om 3 times to end the class. So we inhale into the nose and we exhale Om for that pineal gland, third eye. Inhale into the nose, into your third eye, as far as you can. Exhale from the abdomen. She makes me laugh. Oh. Inhale this time into the third eye. We exhale from the third eye. Om. Inhale into the third eye as far as you can. Exhaling from the third eye. Om. Last one. Inhale into the third eye. Exhaling from the third eye. Beautiful indigo color. Om. Just sitting now, observing the breath in silence. Being aware of the effects of this deep meditative practice tonight. Sound the bell for the end of the meditation. The cat didn't like that, bless her. And palms together. Gratitude to the heart center. Gratitude for breath, for life. May the practice not only benefit ourselves, but all beings. May all beings be happy, loved, free. Bowing our head. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Namaste. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you're as deeply relaxed as I am. Try to keep this energy, this relaxation, quiet mind, being aware of your third eye as you move closer towards the darkness into a deep sleep. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. Namaste.